Alright Spartans, how you doing and welcome back to Total War Warhammer 3. So, the Red TZAR lives. The great Boris Ursus has been reborn. One of Kislev's finest leaders is going to be available to you as a legendary lord, playable within Warhammer 3. Now, the announcement came earlier on today, I believe. Now, you may or may not know how to unlock him because he's not available straight away to you when you first launch the game. So I did a video separate to this one that's on the channel right now that goes through all the kind of prerequisites of what to do, including the quest battle as Kadarin that you have to fight in order to unlock him. But essentially it's not that complicated. All you have to do is either as Konstantin or Tsarina Kadarin is hold the 3 settlements of Kislev, Edelgrad and Prague for 10 consecutive turns. If you hold those 3 settlements for that time, it will then unlock a quest battle, win the quest battle, and then he unlocks. Now, I've done the quest battle as I say, as Tsarina Kadarin. I would imagine the quest battle as Konstantin will be a little different, but either way, both quest battles will unlock him to then play his own campaign on the game. Within the actual faction you're playing as at that point, and you've unlocked him within the game, you will still be able to use him within that sort of campaign itself, as the Ice Court or as the Great Orthodoxy. Essentially, what you will do is then have a choice once the quest battle is completed, where you'll be able to either recruit him as a legendary lord within your own faction, as the Great Orthodoxy or as the Ice Court, and then he will become a playable legendary lord for you to control with his own army in your faction, or you can send him to one of the 3 settlements of Kislev, Edelgrad or Prague, and he will form his own faction as the Ursun Revivalists, and then he will be allied to you, military allies, etc., and he will work alongside you in that campaign that you're playing as at that point. But then at the same time as that, he will then automatically unlock here to start your own campaign as him in the game. So there you go. Check out the other video. As I say, it's a pretty good video because it goes through the quest battle as Kadarin, and you can see some nice higher tier units that Kislev have to offer. But let's take a look today, as we've been doing obviously over the last couple of weeks, taking a look at his campaign early doors, looking at the starting position he's got, his campaign mechanics, and his sort of starting settlements and army, etc., that he has got at his disposal. So faction effects wise, he has got a plus 30 diplomatic relations with the faction of the Ice Court. Obviously, he is the father of Tsarina Kadarin. Construction cost minus 50% for garrison and religion buildings, -1 for province, capital and settlement buildings construction time, and recruit rank +2 for War Bear Rider units, which he does start a couple of when you begin the campaign. He's got 2 of those units in his army to begin with, and they are quite nice as Bear Cavalry. Then he's got minus 50% for War Bear Rider units, and then leadership +7 when fighting Warriors of Chaos, Demons of Chaos and Norska, and the same again, but with the melee attack of +9 within his own army. Starting location wise, he's sort of northeast, so Tsarina Kadarin is round here, Konstantin is over here on the west coast, and he is kind of northeast. He's surrounded by trolls, or ogres, sorry, and greenskin tribes, and a few Skaven as well, so he's kind of on the borders, and he has got a lot of enemies surrounding him, so we'll take a look at that in a second. But yeah, hard, everything is set up. So again, I'll be back with you after the campaign introduction.
The grave of Kislev's most glorious leader. If Tsar Boris Ursus did not slumber in ice, he could have safeguarded Ursul.
How low the motherland has fallen without you, my Tsar. How God is taken from us. I see it in visions. His death draws near. And yet your fool daughter dallies in games of politics. If only you were here, you could save Orson. That it cannot be. I will keep the faith as Kislev dies. Farewell, my Tsar.
Poor Kostaltin. His zealotry blinds him to hope, deafens him to the cry from the cold void. But I hear you, Boris Boka. Your spirit stirs in Kislev's hour of need. Let me guide you to Ursun for one drop of his divine blood. A fair price to save the motherland.
You shall have your godblood. Ursun shall be saved.
Our goal is to rescue Ursun, the god-bear of Kislev, from the clutches of Be'lakor. After fraught bargaining, my price is agreed, and I will do all I can to guide the Kislevites to their lost god.
Do not tarry with your whispers, seer. I know what you are. But all that matters is saving Ursun. Let us get on with it.
Your Majesty, it is wise to begin your quest to rescue Ursun far from the motherland, in territory once claimed by Kislev centuries ago. Ruins of ancient Kislevite forts should be retaken, but the orcs bar your way. Make war on the Greenskins and wipe them out. Heading west across the High Pass may well secure a route back to the motherland and strengthen the nation, but could undermine your daughter's reign. Perhaps it is better to go north. That is where the forces of chaos gather. Demons desperate to scour Kislev. We have a chance to head them off and ensure they never set foot in the motherland. All the while, my tome ruminates on a way to bypass the Maelstrom, so we may enter the Chaos Realms and save Ursun. Until then, the Red Tsar walks the world once more. Let Kislev's enemies cower at your name.
Right then, here we go. Boris Ursus, or Boris Boka is his name, and he is back to restore glory to Kislev. So, let's just obviously skip again how they play. We know all about that. Mission to defeat these cheeky chappies over here, these greenskins. So, as the advisors kind of said, we are kind of trying to take back lands that were once in control of Kislev. As I say, very much northeast of the main area of Kislev over here, where Tsarina is, and then Kostaltin over there. So, as I said at the beginning, we are surrounded by Skaven over here, ogres over there, and our initial kind of targets are these greenskin tribes here, the Dark Land Orcs. So, yeah, lots to do. But essentially, because he's kind of out on his own, he is not only surrounded by enemies, but he is quite sort of, I don't know, sort of, he isn't advanced, shall we say, as Tsarina. He's kind of very much starting from nothing, and that does reflect in both his army,
Boris Ursus,
but also in the fact that this settlement here is quite low on growth. They're plus 13, and so there's a population surplus. So advancement in this land is going to take time, unless we can buff it up, which we will be doing. And so advancement in armies is going to take time, as well as growth and income. So yeah, very much right down at the bottom is our Boris, and he's got to build up quite quickly. So his gain, or his ultimate gain, early doors, he's take out this army, bring himself to push on to these settlements over here, and then from there he can try and expand quickly, gain money, gain growth, gain army abilities and better units, and then push on from there, because a lot of forces from the north will be descending upon these lands quite quickly. So he's got to protect his borders and barriers from the more sort of inner parts of Kislev over there. But in terms of the one mechanic that kind of is a little bit different, I would imagine, with Boris than the other two, is the fact that he isn't going to be in direct competition with the supporters, because he isn't the Ice Court, and he isn't the Great Orthodoxy, he isn't Kostaltian, and he isn't Tsarina Kadarin. From what I gather, obviously you can still invoke invocations, but what I gather here is that you can support one of the two. And this one, instead of buying more support with money and using devotion in another way, you just support either of the two factions with supporter cost. Now, you still gain them the same way, but what I don't know, and I couldn't gauge this from the community who have obviously got early access so far, I don't think there's anyone who's clearly told us yet what happens when you get to loyalist supremacy. There we go, level 600. Will that faction who gets there first confederate with you? I would maybe, because he is the Red Tsar, he is once, that great leader of Kislev. His daughter's taken over Kislev now, but he was the great Tsar himself. So will they align themselves and confederate with you? Possibly that will happen. So the first one to get to that point will do that. Instead of each other being confederated, they will confederate with you instead. That's what I think will happen. But don't quote me, it could be a little bit different. But let's go for something that's going to help us early doors. Now, it's going to have to be the growth, because we know, I talked to you about that, it's very low at the moment. We're going to get supporters generated, and we're going to get casualty replenishment rate plus 8%. So we'll go for that one straight off. It may cause a chaos incursion, because we're pretty low now. But obviously, because he's only got the Kosa Hut, not the hunt, the Kosa Hut, he can only recruit very basic units again. A bit like Kostaltian is. So we're going to go for some spears and archer units after we fought this battle, but I want to get this growth up as soon as possible. So as well as that, we'll go for the cold storage, which will give us +5 on that element. And then that's already brought it down to 5 turns from 13. So things are looking a little bit better already. Diplomacy-wise, I don't think there's anyone who will want to talk to us yet. No trade. Nothing is really on the cards with anyone currently, so we'll leave that diplomacy-wise. I mean, when we do get going, there will be factions in the north who will want to trade with us. But at the moment, we are literally surrounded by enemies in most directions. And Skaven are lingering about, because Skaven will be lingering over here as well in these abandoned settlements. That one we can take in a second, but that one I think is taken by Skaven, so they will attack if we're not careful. Ice Court, though, we will go for that one if we get time to start getting a Ice Maiden into our faction. A Frost Maiden, sorry. But so we may not have time in this preview video today. But let's fight this first battle. And as you can see, we've got the 3 basic units of Kossars and Kossars with spears. But we have got these 2 War Bear Riders, which, as I say, are fantastic units as Bear Cav. Armoured, armour piercing, and anti-large. And we've also got this very effective Little Grom siege artillery, armoured, armour piercing, and collision attacks. But it's good, obviously, for those early siege battles, which would be usually be relied upon with siege equipment. We've still got this siege artillery at our disposal, which will hopefully help us in the early parts of this campaign. But let's fight it, and I shall see you in a minute. Okay, this shouldn't be a problem at all. We'll take these out quite easily and quite quickly. But let's have a look at the Bear Cav before we get going. We will use these in a minute. We'll put them on the flanks over there. So yeah, very nice looking units. I love the plumes on them, and they are superb for that anti-large ability, and the fact that they are armoured as well, and armour piercing really does help them pack a punch. Boris currently is unmounted. You can get a mount for him early on. So he will obviously be a bit more effective once he's got that. But he has got this initial ability of the augment spell of a base weapon damage plus 25% and armor piercing weapon damage of plus 25%. So he can initiate that on himself at any point during the battle for 18 seconds. And then we've got the little Grom over here. A single cannon, but it does pack one hell of a punch. So we'll put him on to the higher ground so he's got a bit of a better aim and view of the enemy. And then we've got our 3 lines of Cossars. So we'll put them over here at the front. Line them up like we are there. And then we'll put the bear calf over on the right hand side. And we'll start the battle. So there we go. Put them up on the hillside. Let's get little Grom firing. Come on then, buddy. Show me what you've got. Go for this unit of spears at the front. There we go. Is he going to hit him? Oh, he has, right through the middle. That line of dead already smashed through. He's already taken out about 16 of them. Nice. Good start. So we'll let the units get a little bit closer before we get the bear calf to go down. Oh, God. Another 18 gone. Get Boris to go forward. Here come the missile fire. We've got to be careful about when we stop little Grom from firing, because you can imagine if he starts to hit our own units, that could be quite deadly. Okay, bear calf, start your approach. Go for these guys, the goblin archers to begin with. I think you've done your time, chaps. Thank you. There we go. Look at this beautiful charge coming through. The bear calf are going to rip through these goblin archers now. Look at this. Look at this. Oh my God. They're flying all over the place. Straight away, they're dropping incredibly quickly. Now, these have got poor leadership, weak against armor. It's going to be an absolute slaughter. An absolute slaughter. Boris is fighting the orc boss, so we'll put the augment spell on him. And look at that. They're absolutely terrified. They're running amok. They have gone. So they are out of it. We'll go and hit these goblins as they try and retreat. Send them on their way. Hit him on the back. Oh, here come the other spear units. So we'll try and avoid them. Thank you. We don't want to hit them in the front. And then wait till they've gone again. And then we'll turn around. Hit them again. Push them into our line of spears here. And that will be an absolute fatality. Yes, look at that. They've gone. Just going to take out this guy, though. Boris is actually getting a bit of a good hiding here. We need to be careful of Boris, actually. Wow, he's taking a bashing from that orc boss. Okay, we'll see him out the fight for a little bit. Yeah, that was concerning. I didn't realize how low he was getting in his HP there. So the bear calf can go and take out the archers once again. They've come back into the fray. In fact, we'll have to surround this orc war boss. He's being a bit of a pain. You're not going to get my little Grom, thank you. You can get lost from that. Okay, they are spears, as we know, but they are still dealing with them, and they are wavering very quickly. So, they've gone. It's just this idiot now we've got to deal with. You do indeed, Boris. Welcome back. Oh, no, 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 no. You keep going. You keep going. Oh no, I don't want this bloody little Grom to go down. What's your deal, buddy? Why little Grom? Why concentrate on him? So we'll go for the initiation of the base weapon damage and armor piercing again. Hopefully that can help a little bit with the finish him off. We'll get the bear cavalry to come in and see if they can win him. God, these bloody goblins have come back again. Don't even know when they're defeated. Come on, boys.
Boris Ursus.
Try and keep up with him. Let's get the bear calf to pin him down. At least the little Grom's got away. We don't want him to be taken out. He's going to be, as I say, quite an asset in a bit. Back and forth. There you go. Okay, let's just micromanage a bit of Boris here. Okay, let's initiate that now and go for some attack. That will get through his armor now, surely. That's going to make a difference. Oh, he's gone berserk. I can't control him. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Can we try and protect Boris here?
Right hand.
Let's go away from him. He needs to get some buffs to his stats pretty quickly, because even though it's a decisive victory, he didn't perform that well, did our Boris then? Okay, decisive victory. But yeah, our beloved Boris Ursus didn't really perform like a Red Tsar then. He more performed like Boris Johnson would. Not good, unfortunately. And so his HP is pretty low. So we need to buff him up as soon as we can. So we'll go for a unit replenishment, and that will, give him an initial hike in HP. He's done his job. He's done his job. We're going to have to take him back before we can attack this settlement over there, which is a walled settlement. We do need to seriously bolster our forces. So we'll take him back to his land. In fact, what we'll do is we shall... I don't know if I can do this turn. If I force march him, it won't allow me to do this, will it? No, I'll have to do it next turn. So we'll go to the border so we can keep his replenishment up. And then we'll take this ruins over here, which is undefended, I believe. So this will have 2 settlements then to help us with our economy a little bit more. So let us... Oh, yes, we've got a hero now, haven't we, as well? We've got an Ice Queen. Or Frost Maiden. I keep saying Ice Queen. Frost Maiden, sorry. She's going to help us with that initial up in magic ability in battle. So she will be able to help in that regard. Is she the Law of Ice or Law of Tempest? Let's have a look. She's Law of Ice, is she? Right, okay. So she has got that, the Ice Maiden's Kiss. And we could go for the Frost Shield, which will help with Boris a little bit more. And the Spell of Ice Sheet, yeah, which does slow down the enemy's speed. And that one as well. Frost Blades, I do like that one a lot. That one, again, that one and that one will help counter the early sort of disadvantages that Boris has got in combat. We'll increase his abilities as we go as well, but this can help with him through our Frost Maiden. So yeah, we'll embed her into the army. This will give us the ability to get a better chance of finding some magical items post-battle. And we're all looking good. Money's okay, so we'll end the turn. And then we'll go and reclaim those ruins down there. We'll then get him back to his initial fort to up his replenishment. And then we need to get some more units into the army as soon as possible.
For Kislev.
So let's take these lands. Yeah, there we go. Colonize that. It's going to cost a little bit of money, but worth it in the long run. Oh, why did we take that damage then? Well, of course, because the manpower has to be taken to be implemented into this ruin, isn't it? That's why. So that's why they've dropped in health points. Not a problem. Well, we'll stay here then. And then Wardy can increase his skill, can we? Good. So we'll go for that. I think that one. I mean, Route Marcher is a good one to go for as well, and the leadership. But we'll go for harder hit. Get that defense up a little bit. Hopefully that will help in his early combat. Or passive ability of melee defense 14 and 8 to leadership. Or a permanent melee defense of +5. And how long does that last for? It's passive ability. Duration's not... Okay, so hit points less than 50%. Enabled if hit points less than 50% base. Okay, let's go for that one. It's a passive one, but it will aid him a little bit better if he does drop. So we'll go for that. We'll go for these as well, but handy to have that, I would imagine.
Instrument against chaos.
Okay, let's go for a couple of units while we can.
Alone.
But ultimately, we need to get that up to Chataz as soon as possible, which we can do hopefully soon, because we will get that population surplus in a minute. Okay. Going to be a few end turns here, guys, before we can move on. Treasury, another 500 to the coffers. So yes, we can go for... No, not yet. One more turn, but we can build here. Now, I'm going to think about, even though we're on the borders, and maybe you want to think about looking at a defensive positioning when you get to tier 2 and tier 3 to help with your garrisons, etc. Because, as I say, we are on the edge of our lands here, which could be susceptible to invasions. You probably want to do that with the defense. But early doors, we'll go for money. We need the cash. We need that money. Even though we need growth as well. That's coming from other sources. So I'm going to go for the cash to help boost that up. And in the meantime, we'll go back to the original fort. Control-wise, it's not an issue. It will drop off down eventually, so that's not going to be an issue at all.
Reborn.
We're okay with that. Yeah, so let's just recruit another couple of Kossars into there. But we do need to get this up to a Chataz soon. I want those armored variants into the equation, because when you're fighting greenskins, you need that protection with their weapon damage.
Boris Ursus.
So, give me. Yeah, we can do it now. Level 2.
I return.
And then we shall get that growth as well from that technology next turn of +5. Is it +5 or +4? +5 from growth. There we go. So let's go. Let's go for... It's either that or it's that. I'm gonna... We have got an Ice Maiden already, so we may as well go for the Kossar melee defense of 4, because we've already got this lovely lady into our mix anyway. It's going to fire through these turns, guys, because, again, we can't do anything until I get these armored variants. Okay. How's it looking in the motherland, by the way? Oh, so the Great Orthodoxy is pushing forward on 12. Ice Court has not started at all yet at 0. Come on, get going, my daughter. We don't want the Mad Monk to be winning this one, do we? Okay, so let's go for the Chataz. We need that now. 2 turns for that.
Boris Ursus himself.
And then we'll really get some better units into the mix. It's a case of quickly going forward on these turns. We've got to get... What could we go for? Yeah, we could do that one, the Oblast Hollow. And then that will give us the cavalry ability as well. With the, is it Kislev dervishes we should be able to recruit now?
For Kislev.
Yeah, with Kislev dervishes and the armored variants. Okay, now we're cooking. So we'll go for 2 of them. Oh, but we won't be going for them at all. We've got low income. I didn't realise how low we were going. So that's what I mean. Early doors, we do struggle with Kadarin. You're into the tens of thousands by now after about 8 turns. So we need to go. We need to get on with it, and we need to go and push. I'm going to go for the Falls of Doom to begin with,
Chaos, filth.
because that's a walled settlement. You're probably thinking, why don't you go for a walled settlement? Not with this army. We'll get destroyed at that location. So we need to go for this one. Or it may be a little easier. So, turn-wise, we can build, can we? We could build. We could go for the growth, and income. I'll go for that one. I know they're both infrastructure buildings, but we need them early doors, especially with the situation we're in, I feel. And obviously, when we expand out, we can start to be a bit more mixed with our building types. Okay, so we've just in time recruited or researched that technology of +4 defense. So that's going to help us in this battle, hopefully. It's a close victory. We'll find it though, because again, it's a nice way to look at the settlements, especially a green skin settlement. So we'll check this one out. Okay, this is interesting. I've never seen a unwalled green skin settlement before, so it's fairly basic. There's a kind of the center of them here. I would imagine they sort of all are underground, leading into these openings here, are they? Yeah, you can see the tunnels there. So yeah, it's not a bad settlement. It gives a little bit of defense for over this bridge here, because I think the only way in is over these bridges. So you could hold strong here, put a couple of barricades up to funnel the enemy down certain directions. But yeah, one of the more basic ones I think we've had so far. But let's channel the magic. Come on, let's do it for Boris. No, of course not. Why would I even dare to dream? Okay, start deployment. One day it will work in my favor. I tell you, one day.
Work in unison, countrymen. Enact.
Okay, so we've got Wind Blast, or Ice Maiden's Kiss, which is a wind breath spell. We've got that one. At the moment, we only got that one, and then we've still got the Fury of Ursus and that passive ability that he's got to enable his melee defense and leadership up a little bit if he gets below that 50% health point range.
I live again.
You do, Boris. Yeah, you got that one. Heroic Resilience. Start the battle, gentlemen and lady. Let us go into the mix. Now we need to get this cannon firing, even though it's an unwalled settlement. It'd be nice to get them raining death from above. Oh, this is going to be tricky. Up this narrow bridge we go. Let's go. So I mean, it does offer the defender a little bit of strategic value here, because you are literally funneling yourself down one way. So it does give the defenders an easy target for you, really. So this does give us that speed debuff, but the frostbite will obviously help with damage on the enemy. So we may as well go for it there. No, hang on. Go there. Oh, they're moving. They're bloody moving. Is it going to... Try there. This, we've got the melee defense of +4 extra now from our research, which will help with these guys a little bit better. Come on, you're going to initiate it. Yeah, you've initiated it. Lovely. A little bit of damage there. Nice start. Let's go, guys. Can we try and take these out? Because we're really falling in numbers. The Kossar spears there are absolutely decimating themselves. We've got to go in. Bloody hell, they're dropping like flies. Let's go. We're going to have to push. War bears are going to have to come in. What can you do? Can you take this tower out? Okay, you two branch off. Go and hit those spears over there. In fact, you go around the side as well. Try and envelop them from that side. Yeah, they're fleeing already. God damn you. We'll initiate it now, 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 now. Thank you. Good lady. Good lady, my love. Let's go, go, go. Boris goes into the mix.
I am the storm.
You've got to come in, buddy. We need you. We need you right now. Yeah, this problem is they're really going to have a lot of armor. These Orc boys are, I'd imagine, aren't they? They are armored. They're shielded. So, yeah, they're going to be hard to break down with these basic TZAR units. Right, Boris, where are you? Come on, buddy. I need you to lead from the front, buddy. We can't get our bear cav in now. That's not even hit it once. I don't believe it. That bloody cannon. Come on. Okay, go for these instead. Okay, let's get her across this line here. Nice.
Anything for Kislev. Servant.
Come on, get in, get in. They're really holding this bridge effectively, the Orcs are here. I really need these units to get in there, these bear units. They're pushing in the middle here. Where are you going? You're going right. You can't get in run from there. How close you need to be to fire? I think we'll have to pull you back. Can I get you in? Come on, I'll smash you through. There, Cab, just go. Smash in, because we need you for the armor piercing damage. Get in there. Come on, push on these Orcs here. Another Ice Maiden's kiss, please. Right there. Right there. Thank you. Come on, let's have a final big push here now. Boris is into the mix. God, we've dropped so many units. This is ridiculous. I don't like these basic TZAR units at all. I want my armored variants as soon as possible. Right, we've got around them. We've got around them. We've got around them. Right, let's go, 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 go. If we can get around the back, we should have a chance. Bear Cav, you get off round here. Bear Cav, Bear Cav, Bear Cav. Get these rear charges going. We should be alright here. One more Ice Maiden's kiss there. Come on, get through, get through, get through. Okay, okay, Bear Cav, you're making a difference now. The Chieftain, the Orc boy, is going down. The main Lord's going. Boris has held his own a little bit better in this fight today, actually. I'm impressed with him a bit more now. Starting to retreat, trying to pull back. This should cause a chain rout in a second if this... what's his name? Rebit's Backslider. If he gets taken out in a second, which he should. And these Orc boys are going to go down. He's still broke. Let's see if we can finish him off, because I think obviously a lot of these units will have poor leadership, so that should kick the chain rout in. Go for them. Go for them. Nice. There we go. There's the victory kicked in. Once that Lord's gone, We've got it. That was not nice. Close victory, yeah. It was difficult on this bridge, and with the Cossars being the basic forms, they didn't really hold in that melee combat with those Orc boys and one of those armor variants, unfortunately. But still, we got the victory, and we've now got a third region in our control. Nice. So we've obtained the Obsidian Lodestone. Spell resistance of 20%. Okay, nice. Interesting. We'll occupy, of course.
For Ursus.
That'll be good for him, obviously, with spellcasters, which will be around over here. I know the ogres are over there, but the greenskins can have some spellcasters. Skaven can as well, so that will help with that a little bit in protecting him as the campaign goes on. So there we go. There's an ogre faction over there. And there's an ogre faction there as well. Saber skin. So rank gain plus through a third rank, I should say, for Boris. We'll go for the harder hit or route marcher. Go for hard to hit. In fact, no, we'll go for route marcher to go for that one at this moment in time. And yeah, to be honest with you guys, I'm going to wrap it up here now. You're thinking, whoa, you've only shown me 2 battles. But yeah, it's only a preview video, as you know. The faction that I play as in a campaign, that's down to you guys. You're going to vote for it very soon in the next couple of weeks. And when you vote for it, then that will be the faction I play as in a full-fledged campaign. You know, we'll go for it. We'll go for it. We'll be going for the Realms of Chaos, etc. in the victory conditions over here. But yeah, I'm conscious, obviously, of recording time because at the moment I am embargoed still to a certain amount of recording time. So I don't want to take up too much of these videos, but you've kind of got an idea, hopefully by now, what to expect from the campaign. Because what I want to be doing is putting more time into that prologue campaign, which I'm going to be doing and completing before the game comes out. Episode 1 is out on the channel right now. Check it out. Hopefully, I've got enough time still left to at least do another couple of parts. So that's why I want to keep these videos down a little bit more. So I can obviously add it on to the prologue campaign instead. But the video was to give you an idea. Hopefully that's been done. The fact is, you know, he's unlockable is great. Check out the other video that I do of the quest battle for Boris. That will give you even more of an idea of what to expect, to how to get him. And yeah, check out all the other videos I've done today on Kostaltin, Tsarina Kadarin, the prologue, the quest battle, this. There's loads of stuff out there, loads of Kislev content, goodness for you to enjoy. So thank you, as always, guys, for watching. If you want this to be the campaign I play as when it comes out, get the vote going. Let me know. I'd like to play as Boris, and I'd like to play as Tsarina or Kostaltin. I think Kislev are a very good faction to play as. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see which ones you go for. But yeah, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please do drop your likes, subscribe, hit the bell notification to know when I'm uploading any more details and content. And until next time, take care and farewell.